It's good to have you here tonight. We're going to go ahead and get started as people begin to trickle in here in the auditorium. Let me remind you of a few things that are going on along the way. This Saturday is the meeting of the Central Association of Arkansas Free Will Baptist. That starts at 9 o'clock. And so we encourage you, if you happen to be a board or committee member, make sure that you is here at our church. And Brother David Taylor from the state office will be here to speak in the worship service. And so we just encourage you to come be a part of as we take care of business. This is our annual meeting. So we have a few things to take care of that we don't normally take care of at other meetings. So let me encourage you, if you can, be here Saturday at 9 o'clock. And of course tonight we'll have an abbreviated time together in Bible study because we need to have our quarterly church business meeting as well to elect delegates to that meeting. And also we're going to elect delegates to the state meeting. The state meeting is going to be here at our church on May the 18th, which is a Tuesday. And so if you are off and not at work on a Tuesday and you'd like to come, we encourage you to come. It would be an extended meeting compared to last year's. It'll actually start about 9 o'clock and go to about 5 in the afternoon. And so if you're planning on being a part of the state meeting, we encourage you to do that. I know our young people are preparing lunch for those that are coming, and they can donate to our youth mission trip. And so you'll get to come, eat together in fellowship, as well as hear from both state and national boards. Brother Jim McComas, who is the National Director of Family Ministries, is going to be here to speak in the morning service, starting about 11. And then Dr. Eddie Moody, who is the National Executive Secretary of Free Will Baptist, is going to be here as well to speak in the afternoon. And so I encourage you to come back and be a part of those services, and the business will be going on as well. And so I think you would enjoy it. There again, it'll be a little bit longer than last year. Last year was done by about lunchtime. But they'll have a few more reports, a few more things that need to be taken care of, so we're going to try to take care of that. The National this year is in Memphis, Tennessee. Just starts on July the 18th and goes through the 21st. And so there again, if you've never been to a national meeting, we encourage you to do that. Set aside a day. Maybe you just want to go over being part of the National Association of Free Will Baptist. It's at the Downtown Convention Center there in Memphis. There'll be services Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night. Youth competition going on all during the week, as well as committees and seminars and all kinds of things that'll happen. Women Nationally Active for Christ meet during that time. So just a lot of things that happen at the national meeting. If you've never been to one, you missed it when it was here in Little Rock, and maybe you can drive over just for the day even to Memphis and be a part of that. I encourage you, if you can, be a part of our national work and national meeting as well. Also, let me say this. Our World Missions Offering is April the 25th. That's the last Sunday of this month. And if you have prepared your little coin bank, we encourage you to bring it that day, or you can bring it before and pick up another one and fill it up. But that happens on April the 25th. That money is dispersed across all of our missionaries, especially those that may be in the red in their deficit accounts and they need some help. We try to help them. Last year, all of our missionaries were able to be in the black because of the World Missions Offering, and we're able to stay on the field. So we want to make sure that we, there again, support our missionaries on a regular basis as well, but also during this World Missions Offering. And so you say, well, Brother Mark, there's not much money in that little bank. You realize if everybody did a little bank, what that would mean, how much money could come from those things. And so just, if you will, remember that April the 25th, and you can give online to that. You can give through a check. You can give in person. You can give cash. You can bring the coin banks. We'll take it any way that you give it to help our missionaries through the World Missions Offering. So just, if you will, please take the opportunity to prepare for that offering on the 25th. Just to kind of update you too, a young lady who's going to the mission field or trying to get there, Abby Walker. This is Brother Jerry, Sister Frida's granddaughter, is planning to go to Japan and serve there for a couple of years, and she's going to be here with us on May the 16th on a Sunday night to share with us about her plans to go to Japan. And if you'd like to support her, you'll have the opportunity to do that as well. But just kind of keep that in mind. That's on the 16th of May. I know that sounds like a long way away, but it's really not. Keep that in mind if you would. The 16th, Abby will be here with us in the evening service to talk about Japan. I think that's all the announcements right offhand that I can think of. Anybody know your memory verse? Oh, come on. Somebody knew it, right? It was out of Revelation chapter 1, verse 7, right? There you go. I am Alpha and Omega. This is Christ speaking. The beginning and the ending, saith the Lord, which is, and which was, and which is to come, the Almighty. Revelation 1:7. And what a powerful verse that is. Great encouragement to us, but also just a statement of who our God is and who Jesus Christ is. And we're looking forward to seeing Him one day. And the thought I left you with this week is just our God is forever. He is a powerful God, but He is a God of eternity as well. Eternity past as well as eternity future, and the God of now as well. And so we celebrate that. We're thankful for that. So I just want to leave that thought with you. A couple of things with our missionaries, and let me just kind of ask you to jot a few of these down because they need your prayers just for a moment. I do encourage you to remember the country of Brazil. This is where Destiny Aycock's parents are there. Destiny comes to our church. She's stationed out at the Little Rock Air Force Base. March was the deadliest month so far in Brazil from the pandemic. So I want to encourage you, pray. They were seeing a better curve here in April, which things are getting better. But if you will, please pray for the missionaries that are there, especially the Aycocks, David and Annette. These are Destiny's parents who are serving there. So please remember to pray for them if you would. Country of Bulgaria, also, we always ask you to remember to pray for Karen Delgado, who's there from Arkansas. Pray for her. Also for Tim and Lydia Autry. As you know, they are right now in the United States raising money to help buy some property for a church there in Bulgaria. So if you will pray for the Autrys as they are here for rest, but just to find churches and opportunities to share about the country of Bulgaria, and there again help toward this project that they're trying to take care of. So please pray for them. The Trifnoffs, just ask you to pray for them. Their youth group has begun meeting regularly, and they've had a lot of non-Christian friends begin to come to these youth group meetings. So if you will, pray for them, especially those non-Christians that are there, that they will learn about the truth of the gospel and put their faith and trust in Jesus Christ. So please take the opportunity to do that if you will. Also, we encourage you to pray for Matt and Christina Price. There's a lot of stuff that's been going on there in the country of France. We've seen God do some very good things. And so we want to encourage you to keep praying for them. They've had a teenager that started attending their church, and his parents say they're atheist, and they don't want him to be coming to church. So we find situations like that all across France. So if you just will pray for Matt and Christina Price and their ministry there, I know that they would appreciate it. I do encourage you to pray for the country of India. As you know, Brother Carlisle Hanna has retired and is back here in the States. But there's some intense persecution going on right now, especially for evangelical churches in the country of India. So I want to ask that you really pray for that right now. Pastors are having some very difficult times. India is passing new regulations and really evangelistic efforts in many cities are against the law now. And so if you will, pray for India, the work that's going on there, if you would. Also, Ivory Coast, this is where Brother Denver is always at, serving over there. They had what they call the Easter Bible Conference there in the country of Ivory Coast. 13 churches came together for that conference, and on Saturday they baptized 38 new believers. So it's just amazing what God is doing there in the country. And so I want to encourage you to pray for our workers there in Ivory Coast and the ministry that we have there. Very powerful. what God is doing there in the country of Ivory Coast. In the country of Japan, let me just ask you to pray for the Carneys, Rusty and Brenda. They're actually pastoring 2 churches right now while Johnny and Heath Hubbard are here in the States for a little while. So pray for them. Dual work going on right now, dual ministries that are going on in 2 different cities. So if you will, please pray for them. Many times Rusty is preaching at 2 different churches on Sundays. So if you will, and pray for their family. Some of their family, some of their children are going into Japanese schools for the first time. So if you will, pray for them. Kelton is one of their children, and went into the 1st grade of Japanese school. So he is his first day, and so a lot of adjustments. It's got to be there. Also, Brenda's been having some back pain, some herniated disc, and so if you guys would remember to pray for Brenda as well. The country of Spain, Anthony and Leah Edgman, please remember them. Mark's birthday. Their son is March 17th of April, I'm sorry. And so if you guys would remember Mark, he turned 17 there. Just been a great help to the ministry. But continue to pray for him. Remember, he had knee surgery. He's still going through physical therapy as well. So just kind of remember him. Uruguay, Tammy and Jamie Lancaster. Of course, they're from Tammy is here from here in Arkansas. So if you guys would just kind of pray for them. They are trying to start back their small group Bible studies. They call it Discovery Bible Study. So if you guys will, pray for them as they try to start back those after really being kind of closed down for about a year. They need your prayers. Just as you know, it's difficult here, but you can imagine in the country of Uruguay, who's been through a very difficult time with this pandemic. So if you guys would remember to pray for them in the country of Uruguay. All right, our prayer list, just a couple of things we want to kind of update you along the way, if you will. Brother Delbert had surgery this morning. He was not feeling good Sunday, took him to the doctor. They decided to take him to the hospital, found out his gallbladder needed to be removed. And so this afternoon, this afternoon, they took him into surgery, removed the gallbladder, and he's going to spend the night over in St. Vincent Hospital in Little Rock. So if you would remember Brother Delbert, Sister Ruby is over there with him. The surgery went well. They said this is something that he had probably been battling for over a year, and nobody realized what was going on. And so you can imagine, some of you guys have been through that, the pain that is dealt with when you have a gallbladder that's not happy. And so hopefully this will answer some of the problems that, from pain and just discomfort Brother Delbert's been having. So pray he'll have a quick recovery, be able to come home tomorrow if all goes well. We're looking forward to that. So just kind of remember her in your prayers if you would. One name that you need to, and I'll just kind of draw your attention to this well. Sister Joyce Linker is in the hospital, went back in the hospital again for pneumonia yesterday. She's up at Conway, at Baptist there in Conway. And so if you guys would just jot her name down and remember that. Sister Donna called me today and just kind of been, it just ain't went away. If you know, she was in the hospital for quite a few days with that not too long ago. Came to stay with her, was trying to find a place to stay and ended up being sick again, and they took her back to Conway, so in the hospital. So if you guys would remember Sister Joyce, please remember that as well. Sister Vi Hargett, please remember Sister Vi, still not 100%, still in some pain. And so if you guys would remember Sister Vi in your prayers, I know that she would appreciate it, Renee, as she helps take care of her along the pathway. So remember her also. One name that's kind of, I want to just ask you to write down Sister Peggy Battle. Pray for Sister Peggy. She's been going through this oral surgery, got through with that, was doing a lot better with that. But the last 4 or 5 days, she has had intense pain in her back. And just has been just